Your first year on the air, you guys won the Emmy Award. Earlier in the night, you won for directing, you won for writing. And this was a show that wasn't that high in the ratings. I want to know what your reaction was that night, and what role did that win play in helping the show?
God.
Well, our reaction was, to a person, it was like, we get to do this more. That was pretty much what the Emmy meant.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, that's really all it meant, was that we got to do a second season, and then the continuing, because Jason won the Golden Globe, right?
Yeah.
And then we were nominated for SAG Awards, and it meant we got to keep doing the show. But that's...
Well, yes, but it's also nice to have your work, appreciated, understood. That was a nice feeling too. For all of those awards, it was kind of like a validation of our feeling that it was something very, very special, and something that people really should take notice of.
Yeah, I didn't mean to imply that there was a lack of that.
I think you did.
Well, you inferred that.
No, I was just rounding out your thought.
Okay.
No, yeah. They were like a married couple.
As a married couple, answer as your characters, do you guys like each other? What kind of marriage is this really? Because that is this resolved on this mystery with the show, isn't it?
I think the marriage, the way they see the marriage from inside is much, much different than all of us would look at it and just be like, look at it as a sham. And but we also kind of, not to this degree, know people who are in marriages where you just scratch your head, or relationships where you're like, what the
Wonder
fuck?
how
does
they
that work?
are together. I think, I've always seen our marriage as a place that Lindsay kind of runs back to because she's so afraid of really exploring who she really is, what the outside world could look like. And I think that for both of our characters, in a way, that we're, it's a marriage that we're kind of stuck together with this fear of not really wanting to really face who we are as people.
Yeah, and I imagine that Lindsay got married to Tobias as a kind of a fuck you to her mom and dad.
Yeah.
Like it's asserting her independence, and I'm.
Yeah.
You know.
I was married to a man once. I think that answers that.
And Tobias went into this and Tobias went into this union.
It took a half second to realize you were talking about yourself.
No.
No, I get it.
Portia,
but that says
married.
But it's true. It's like, and they stuck together. They had a kid, and I'm sure there was something similar to Tobias. I can create backstory right now, but that'd be silly. But yeah, as Portia was saying, when they get out into the world separately, and they're gonna, as individuals, they just get crushed by it, because they're not particularly bright and adept at working and interacting in the real world, so they have each other. There's a safety net there.
When we last saw Lindsay, it suddenly was posed that she might not be Michael's sister, that she might even be 3 years older. Egad's even worse.
Yes.
Is that addressed in the new Arrested Development? Does that mystery become resolved?
Yes, I'm thinking. I heard you, and I'm thinking about that.
I think, don't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
They mentioned something in 1 and 2, don't they?
Here's the thing. I saw a draft where that was, let's just say, reversed. And I saw a draft where that scene was then removed. So I don't really know where we sit with that. I don't know if Lucille is my real mother or not.
That's another thing you have to realize, and we're not being coy.
Yeah.
We don't know. As we haven't
answers
seen when the other night at the screening, that was the first time and we're getting information like you're getting information like, oh, that's why,
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
This go round in particular.
Yeah.
Is this family doomed? Are they ever going to get their act together? Because part of the fun is maybe not, because this is kind of like the ultimate dysfunctional family, but with money, right?
or lack of
lack
it,
of
Or lack of money, yeah. Once having had it, now.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think that they will. I mean, they might have a few little wins along the way as individuals, but as a family, I can't really see them being any less dysfunctional or getting really what they want
right?
out of life or out of each other. I can't really see that happening.
And especially within the family, there's so much constantly the flux of the status, of who's accepted and who's loved and who's showing love and acceptance will never be there completely.
If people haven't seen this show's first 3 seasons and they're just diving into Arrested Development now,
That's ridiculous.
but there will be people that are going to discover this show now before they discover the first 3 seasons. Is there something you want them to know about your character as they tune in?
Watch the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, let me just catch you up on my character.
Yeah.
No, I wonder if it's going to stand alone, actually, if you really need to see the first 3 seasons to watch this Netflix.
Well, maybe not,
Season.
but
I don't think you do.
Gosh, it would certainly help for a lot of the inside jokes and.
It would, but I think you could actually really get into it if you just saw
But wouldn't
the
it bum
first
you
3.
out to think that there were people who were like, check out this Arrested Development everybody's talking about,
Yeah,
and watch
no, it
this,
would
and go,
actually.
that was confusing, I didn't get it.
It would. I mean, if you are going to do that, and I really don't want you to, my suggestion would be to watch at least the pilot episode of the series, the original series, before checking out this Netflix season, because you just won't get the full experience.
Yeah,
You'll be left behind, and who wants that?
good grief. Well, Christians.
Thanks very much.
And scene.